Mrs. Simpson claims that she forgot she was carrying that bottle of delicious bourbon, brownest of the brown liquors. So tempting. What's that? You want me to drink you? But I'm in the middle of a trial. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Wait a second.
Welcome to the video.
No.
I'm Chris. Don't look at him. That's Dad. You can call him Phil. My name's Chris, and that's Karen. This is the Blue Line RV Adventures.
You got that part right.
Yes, thank you. I know. Oh my God, it smells crazy over here.
Okay, before we get right into this video, a little background first about where we're at and what's going on. This video was shot in June of 2022, over a year ago, and that's because I'm super behind on videos, but we are trying to rectify that. Second, so here's the background. We're in central Kentucky near Lexington, a part of Kentucky famed for horses and, of course, Kentucky bourbon whiskey. There are nearly 70 different bourbon distilleries in the state of Kentucky, and almost all of them are open to the public for tours. Of these distilleries are a small group belonging to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, a group of select distilleries sponsored by the Kentucky Distillers Association. The exact number of distilleries in the Bourbon Trail varies from year to year, but in general, there are approximately 42 different distilleries that make up some of the finest adult brown beverage found anywhere in the world. So what is bourbon? Bourbon is an American-made whiskey primarily derived from corn, and although it can be made anywhere in the United States, it is normally associated with the American South, such as Kentucky bourbon, Tennessee bourbon, and even bourbon distilleries are located in the New Orleans area. Bourbon sales in the United States alone topped more than $3 billion in 2022, and worldwide topped nearly $4 billion. Even the United States Congress in 1964 recognized the American bourbon as a distinctive product of the United States. Although this is always up for debate on which state produces the best bourbon whiskeys, by most standards, Kentucky is known as the Bourbon King of America, with a large number of distilleries located on hand. Word to the wise, if you're planning on going to Kentucky and taking a tour of the Bourbon Trail, or at least a part of the Bourbon Trail, make sure that you plan your trip well in advance and make reservations. We went on our tour just as COVID-19 restrictions were being lifted, and soon found that many of the distilleries in the area had already been booked up well in advance. On this tour, we were joined by our son Chris, who you might remember from previous videos, who flew out to join us on this tour, and will also be on an upcoming video focusing on the Kentucky horse farms. But for this video, it's all about whiskey, good times, and family fun. So spend the next few minutes with us as we take you along for a tour of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail.
Oh, I don't see it. Is it going?
Yes, it's going because it beeped.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Wait a second.
Welcome to the video.
No.
I'm Chris. Don't look at him. That's Dad. You can call him Phil. My name's Chris, and that's Karen. This is the Blue Line RV Adventures.
You got that part right.
Yes, thank you. I know. Oh my God, it smells crazy over here. We're at Wilderness Trail Distillery in Kentucky, and I said I'd do the intro, so hi. Yeah, what else to do? We're here, all the buildings are black, kind of spooky looking, but it smells wonderful. Kind of smells like cinnamon, like a bakery. I don't know, it smells great. We're on some lovely grass. Look at all this nice grass. Look at it.
And you may not believe this, but we actually haven't even started drinking yet.
Well, don't worry about it, it's fine. That's to come, don't worry about it.
Look at the flowers.
Yes, look at the flowers. Look at them, look at them. Yeah. Nice flowers. Okay, so we're gonna go and we're gonna have some tours and some bourbon and stuff. I don't really drink a lot of brown liquor, but I'm gonna try. Get off my hand, you wrist GoPro. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so this is
Top.
this is actually day 2 of our bourbon tour. A couple days ago, Karen and I did our first bourbon tour at Woodford Distilleries, which was actually quite amazing. And our son Chris has flown in from Phoenix, Arizona, and we are going to start our official bourbon tour here at Wilderness Trail.
houses going up over there. They just finished one. They're going to start the second one in a couple, or they already said at the base. They'll start fully constructing it in a couple weeks. Right behind that property is actually a farm called Cavernale Farm. This is where we get our wheat and corn from. So on all our, yeah, exactly. We try and get as local as possible. There's a little sticker on the back of our bottle that says Kentucky Proud. So we just try to get as much locally sourced product as we can.
Barrels on this floor.
second one. Okay, so technically, this is my second Bourbon Trail tour, because the first one was at, I forgot the name of it already.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. Why are you looking at
You imbecile! You bloated idiot! You stupid fathead! You...
Ask Carrie. No, she's not here.
So technically,
This is it. This is distillery tour number 2. He doesn't remember his first one. This is Wilderness Trail.
a couple of explanations here. This is Wilderness Trail. This is technically my second tour on the bourbon tour. The second distiller on the bourbon tour.
Excellent.
But the reason why I'm giggling so much is because not only have I had to sample my bourbon,
All of
but
Karen's.
Karen doesn't drink. So Karen gave me all of her bourbon. So anyways, with that being said, Chris, what did you think about this?
I don't actually like bourbon. But, okay, before this, I would say I didn't like it like bourbon. Afterwards, it's graduated from me not liking it to basically every other straight alcohol where I just won't drink it because I'm not in college anymore. But if it were mixed in something, I'd totally have it now. Because I've seen it, I appreciate the smells better, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, it's more interesting than I would have imagined. Plus, I really enjoyed the smell, so it's hard not to like the taste if you really like the smell of something.
Absolutely. So this is our first one with Chris, our first official one. We got several more to go, and then we've also got lunch coming up next. But we're going to continue on. Oh, lunch! And then we're going to tell you how the rest of it. We are taking a return trip back to the Woodford Reserve because the tours at the Woodford Reserve are completely booked up. But we are taking Chris here, so we're going to do not a wine tasting because they don't have wine here, but we're going to do a bourbon tasting. That's your
Pretty
first
sure
tip
it's
of
a
a
souvenir.
bourbon mule, is that right?
First sip.
So how is it?
It's fine.
This, Chris is having the bourbon mule. I'm having the old-fashioned banana bread pudding. Oh, sorry, bread pudding, because I wanted something a little bit sweet, but it is a little sweet, but it definitely does not taste like bread pudding. But it is a little bit more sweeter for sure. Okay, so we're wrapping up our second trip here to the Woodford Reserve. I will tell you that my I keep calling it banana, my bread pudding bourbon was not, it was kind of thick. And it's not really quite, it was definitely sweet, but it was kind of thick. Chris's bourbon mule was actually a lot more refreshing. So I think between the two, I would definitely recommend the bourbon mule. But we are heading back now, but we have more bourbon tour tasting to come over the next several days.
24 hours later.
Whoa, my glasses are on. I can't see okay, the numbers are there. Hi, welcome again.
For day two.
For day 2 of Blue Line RV Adventures. We're here at this haunted castle built in 1100 BC. And here's where they make the spirits.
Which actually, it's not a haunted castle. It's Old Taylor Distillery. Is what it
just
really
realized.
is.
What do you think the significance of having the devil's cut, the angel's share, and calling the drinks spirits means? Is this a religious ceremony that we're going to be taking place in right now?
Folks,
Stay tuned and we'll find out.
You know why I only bring him along once a year.
Where'd Karen go? Oh, the spirit's got her. There she is. There's Karen.
Karen! The spirit's got you.
Okay, nice dance moves. All right. So we're just taking kind of a little tour here. Look at that tower. Oh my God. That's where they keep it. Okay.
How's the weather here today?
It's wonderful. Kind of, kind of cloudy, kind of humid, Not too hot, not too cold, a little breezy.
Do we have a food truck directly ahead?
Oh, smoked. Okay, well, ta-ta, we're gonna have some spirits and see you all later. I can't see you, but you'll see me later.
Okay, now that I've got my camera back after being hijacked, we're actually not at the Taylor Distillery, although that's what it says on the castle. We're actually at the Castle and Key Distillery. So maybe at one time it was probably Taylor. I'll see if I can get the history of that. But it's definitely called Castle and Key now. But the grounds actually are very, very nice. And this is different than some of the previous bourbon tours we've been on, because there's not an actual tour. You actually kind of self-walk your way around the grounds. You check in and you just kind of browse around. They have a bar where you can certainly buy some bourbon. They have a gift shop. They have a food truck. And then we can get some cocktails, which these people are getting right here. I'm going to do this one as this.
I can do a blueberry, citrus, and Earl Grey tea setting.
Perfect. Wow. I'm doing a blueberry citrus.
So this is my personal self. I was on a 25-foot ladder cleaning out my gutters, and the gutters, instead of draining, overflowed.
2019 gin in here. And then you have the autumn,
No, I've got the Roots of Ruin in this one.
the roots of ruin. And then the 4 different,
I'm trying all of them.
yeah.
So far, my favorite is that one for sure. The Autumn 2019 for some reason. I don't know why.
Autumn 2019.
Yeah.
What's that we tried right now?
Spring 2020.
Spring 2020.
Gosh, this is just like a photographer.
That one's good too, actually. So my two favorite are Autumn 2019 and Spring 2020.
All right. Spring 2020. Oh, I think Spring 2020 is mine.
Yeah.
Spring 2020
That's
gin. That's really, I like that a
So
lot.
it seems like the gins from the earlier in the year, whether it's 2020 or 2019, seem to have a better flavor.
No, because I like the Autumn 2019.
Oh.
It's, I don't know, it doesn't make no sense. I'm gonna try actual drink right now. I'm just trying everything.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, this is a really different type of distillery where
Yours is-
not only do they have bourbon here, but they also have gin and vodka here as well. The grounds are just beautiful. In fact, my first thought is to describe this as a moat, but it's not a moat, but I'm not sure exactly. An aqueduct. That maybe at one point they had fire over that, like a some kind of a fire, a placeholder. But there's a water down in here. The whole grounds are immaculate, and they actually serve food here. And so far, the other distilleries we've been to did not serve food. They've got charcuterie boards and food truck and things like that here. They do give tours though.
You should try this one. That one was mine. Yours is pretty good though. I'm almost like maybe I should have gotten yours.
What is this?
That is grapefruit and gin and lemon verbena with honey. The gin type is Roots of Ruin, which is citrus, floral, earthy, character of herbal notes.
Interesting, I like that. And compare it to mine, which I have basically a gin and elderberry tonic.
Which one do you like better?
They're both really good, but I think I like the elderberry.
I think yours is better. All right, what I'm going to do now is insane, and I'm going to dump these shots into my drink.
Okay, go ahead.
This is how you do it. There we go. Mix it all up in there real good. There we go. Okay, so I just now made this effectively a double.
Which, by the way, Karen is our designated driver. In fact, Karen is not drinking any alcohol at all.
Look, this is like a blood orange chip. Potato chip made of blood oranges. Made of blood. This will be much stronger now. Whoa, it smells so different. Come to me. It makes it taste more like yours.
Really? That's good.
Yeah,
mine's pretty good.
You should try this now. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes more like yours because I use the type of gin now.
Oh, it does taste more like mine.
It's the type of gin that they use that's giving it a lot of its flavor.
Chris mixed up his alcohol into one drink.
I just dumped this all in there. That was the goal. I always knew this was the goal.
Yeah.
Karen's not even drinking.
But at least it's not brown. It's white. And you like white.
Honestly, I could sip these and be probably fine. I do not feel like sipping bourbon. If I can avoid it, I probably wouldn't do it.
So you're not a bourbon guy?
Not really.
And even though you at least were open enough to try it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not that I don't like it because it's opened up an appreciation for it. I like the smell. I could like decorate like
Autumn
if I
2020.
have a house. No, it's a type of duck, but I'm nearly positive when they have a red face like that, that it means that they have some sort of inbreeding? No, I'm not even kidding. I think that's...
It's a hillbilly. It's a hillbilly duck. It's got some kind of inbreeding.
Expression of homozygosity, that if they were outbreeding, they probably wouldn't have that. But it's a recessive gene, I think, that's being expressed due to inbreeding.
And he's actually not just saying that. Chris actually does have a degree in biology from Arizona State. So maybe, yeah, some kind of a hillbilly duck.
Correct me about that. I have no idea, but I think it is. You know, the weird red faces.
Karen, you said that, not me.
No, don't put that in the video.
Don't put that in the video. Got it. Now this is beautiful.